Hey, welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. It is time for Dispatching Live. It is Thursday at noon. Thank you so much for joining us live, and do appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Michael Culler? Thanks for joining in the live chat. So we're doing something different today. We're only going live to YouTube today. Had some stream issues on Tuesday night, so I'm testing something different, and we're not going to do any Facebook today. So just on YouTube. So please do join us live on YouTube, and we're going to check in with Sue at Murphy Auto Transport. Listen, if you're looking for dispatching advice, brokering advice, she is a licensed broker. Sue at Murphy Auto Transport. Let's put the link in the I'll put the link there to her site in here in a second. In fact, I'm just going to bring Sue in. Let's see. Sue, can you see me and hear me okay?
I can, Jay. How are you today?
Check, check. Good. Thanks for joining us on a happy Thursday. Because in dispatching, the coffee is always cold and the beer is always hot.
Absolutely.
In fact, let's do that. Here, I'm going to share. Okay, so this would be. Here, I'm going to take the screen for a second, and I'm going to share the shirt. So the shirt is done. Sue sent me, I don't know how many exist. There it is. That's the shirt.
Yay!
There it is. You saw it here first on Auto Transport Intel. If you are looking for a dispatching shirt that truly represents the spirit of dispatching, you should contact Sue at Murphy Auto Transport. Go to murphyautotransportservices.com and say, hey, how do I get one of these? All right. Okay. All right. Go ahead and share your screen, Sue, and let's get back to business. And Michael says, unless you're weird like me and love iced coffee. Michael, I love iced coffee. I drink it on Wednesday afternoons with Ryan. Michael wants a t-shirt. It's great.
All right,
Great
Mike.
shirt.
I will send you a t-shirt.
Great job on the shirt. Love it. And I'm wearing it right now. It's very comfortable. And, Ryan is here. Hello, dispatchers. Okay, so what is going on? How does the volume look on Central Dispatch now?
Let's look at that first because it was outrageous just the other day. It was like 38,000 or something like that, which is like astronomical.
You messaged me, and I was really impressed. And that matched. I had other people say the same thing. There were a couple comments about the volume on Central, which is, man, that's just great news, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome. And the loads have we were dealing with such crappy loads. Don't get me wrong, there's still crappy loads on there.
Right, there'll always be.
They're back up where they need to be. I mean, I've been pulling loads for 97 cents a mile and stuff like that.
Awesome.
We've been making really good money the last 2 weeks.
And you're able to
not as hard to find.
You can negotiate and get right. It almost feels normal.
Oh my God, there's 41,791 loads. I have never seen that in the 15 years I've been doing this.
41,000. Well, you know what's interesting about that too, and did you already plus on the screen there? You might have. I was doing some business.
Which one is it?
Yeah.
Which is it? F what?
This size is pretty good. You can do Control plus, and then Control minus to bring it back to normal size. But it actually looks pretty good. I'm looking at the stream right now. Listen, if you're just joining us, this is Dispatching Live with Jay and Sue. All right, that's too. Yeah, do a Control minus. There you go. In fact, that's one of the things I hated about the new look. Is you had less rows on the screen. Right?
Yes.
I hate that.
And I hate this. This for highlighting is stupid. When they used to be lit up across the whole thing, that was so much better.
How is it that the new look is worse than the old look? How?
No. They asked me one time, they were asking for suggestions, and I'm like, turn it back to the way it was.
I think everybody thinks that.
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to put it in the chat. We got new look or old look. And there's going to be people like, what are you talking about? And what we're talking about is the way Central Dispatch has the interface The old look, you could see more loads on the screen at a time.
Yeah.
Also,
Yep.
when you resized, that was the big one. I'll tell you what, that killed me. When they made it so when
Yeah.
you resized all the crap, they did. I think they did it for mobile friendly, but since most of us are on desktops, that didn't help.
Yeah. No, I
Garbage,
agree.
garbage. Okay.
Curious how many loads
Oh,
out of this 41,000 are Florida, so I'm checking that out real
thank you,
quick.
Larry. Larry Richter loves the show. Thank you, Larry. That's super
Awesome.
cool, man.
So there's 6,000 loads out of that 41.9 that are just Florida alone.
Okay.
So that's still a butt ton of loads. So, all right. If nobody has what they want us to look for, I am looking for a driver so we can kind of start there unless somebody's got some ideas.
Well, and I'm just going to
Um,
say this. So Michael says, unless your guy was going from Dallas to Maryland, there was only 8 to pick up for a 6-car hauler. That sounds bad. Well, Michael, and you already know this. If you're going from Dallas to Maryland, you're most like your best bet, is to look in the Carolinas and either just fill spots in the Carolinas or just go there as a destination and then go to Maryland. That's what I would do, but I know you already know all these tricks.
well, he's having some difficulties. He got a really good load. He took a Civic from Dallas all the way to Maryland for $900. You know as well as I do that never
He
happens.
got a Civic from where to where?
From Dallas area going to Maryland for $900.
That is awesome. Okay, and
Yeah,
and it's a 6-car hauler?
he's a six. Yeah.
So keep the Civic cuz you can move that around easily. I'm assuming it's a run and drive, right?
Well, that's what they say. It's at IEA, but they
Oh
verified it as a run and
no.
drive.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not a run and drive. Dude,
Well, we don't know. That's the claim.
what
You know.
whenever okay, here's the rule as I learned it. And this is the school of hard knocks. Dispatching, the reason we're doing dispatching live every Thursday now is this is the school of hard knocks. And
Yes.
a dispatcher's job, you're not an illegal custodian, you're a problem solver and people need you. That's what you are. And actually,
Yep.
I talked to a guy. He's got a dispatcher that doesn't even make phone calls. Like they just book
Yeah.
loads and then go to bed, or
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Yep.
And
There's several of them out there that do that.
that is insanity. That is insanity.
Yep.
You got to call ahead.
They
And
don't.
that
Yeah, they don't
IAA,
verify anything.
yeah, you got to verify. All right, I've
Yeah.
done enough talking. What do we got? Republic of Turkey. How do I send memes for you to review? Oh, man, I love memes. Autotransportintel@gmail.com. All right, take it away, Sue. I've talked enough.
All right. Well, I've got a guy that's going to be in Indianapolis tomorrow. He's a 4-car. So what I like to do multiple loads with him because he likes it too. So what I usually start out with is wherever I'm going to. Normally I wouldn't just put in India. I would put in multiple places, but there are so many loads right now. You don't have to worry about it. But what I
Awesome.
do is I put in Indianapolis to all. I put a minimum of 2 cars on here. I'll do 2 pages with him, just so you guys know. But we're going to do this because we're going to look and see what there is as far as packs go.
Yeah, so minimum
And
2. That is a great search. There's we should have like a chart of types of searches.
yes,
And this
yeah,
is
I
this would
agree.
be type D where you're doing a pack, a minimum of 2 vehicles search.
So we've got 49 loads that are minimum of 2, so that's actually pretty good.
Boy, hey, in Plainfield,
This
that's it.
isn't a
That's an
bad.
Odessa, right?
Yeah, it's Odessa or Manheim, one of the two,
Oh, I
and
love this
that's not a
load.
bad load. And
Yeah.
Georgia is easy to get out of right now. I wouldn't normally tell you that, but it is. Um,
Love that.
I don't do this kind of stuff because this is just a
Now,
time waster. But if you're doing local stuff, that's a
yeah.
good run for somebody doing local.
Sure. Somebody just
Um,
starting out, building up their
yeah,
ratings, right?
yep. Or if you're just run, that's all you want to run because there's a lot of transporters out there that only want to run 200 miles a day. That'd be a good run for somebody.
Yep.
This is a good run for somebody too. This is really 2
Well, and they
cars.
got the
No, they're not
Truckify
2
link.
cars.
Look at that.
And the thing you guys, I'll have to watch is like they'll say this like it's a pickup 3 SUVs, like 2 cars. You see, that's not 2 cars. They do not change this stuff on Central for nothing. So
Hey,
just watch that kind
and
of stuff.
stay there for a second. I want to see if I want to see
Sure.
the Truckify link. Truckify.com,
Yep. You want to take it?
12C3L. Oh yeah. So yeah, that takes you right to dispatch center. That's awesome.
Yep. Anu's been using it since what? When we did it 2 weeks ago. Anu was using it too. And I think there was somebody else on here that was using it. Let's see, we got a 5 car. Those are all Ultimos. If you're doing local, that's not bad money either. That's like $3 a mile right there almost. Um, let's see. See, that's crappy right there. Don't do that. But that's what those long hauls pay, though, unfortunately. And I don't recommend doing Savannah unless you live there because it's really hard to get out of there, just so everybody knows. This one right here is paying very well if you could fit them. Cleveland, Georgia is, I think, northeast of Atlanta, about 70, 80 miles, I'm going to guess, say off the top of my head. If you could fit this is a good run.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It's
I always
tight.
shy away from the big trucks, but some drivers are like, bring it, right?
Yeah. This guy, he would do this. But my problem is I don't know if they would fit with this F450. I'd have to get all the specs on it to make sure they would
Yeah,
all
that's
fit on this.
dicey, man. Even, I mean, you would need, I don't know, what would you need to fit that? Could you fit, you can't fit that on a
Well,
five
see,
car, can you?
he has a 4 car. Yeah, he's got a 4 car flatbed Infinity. And if
Okay.
there were 3 F250s, yeah, they would
Put,
fit with no
put
problem.
one on the
I would have
flipper.
to get specs. Well, I don't even think. Yeah, that would probably be the problem. Is if
Exactly.
this one of these is too
Because you're
heavy.
going to have a height, you're going to have a weight,
Mhm.
and a length. I mean, man, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
tough. That is tough. But I think that
that
you
one
know
would
what,
fit too.
there's a Sun Country 5 car
Uh huh.
that could fit
Uh
that.
huh.
Yeah, because it has a drop
Yeah, and
belly.
like, yep. And any of my ten car could fit that, but you wouldn't be taking much else with it either. But
Well,
I
exactly.
mean, for the money and where you're going,
Exactly.
that's not bad money right there.
That's, yeah. Interesting.
Let's see here. And this is a good run if you want to go to Wichita. This isn't bad at all. From Greenfield, maybe that's the Manheim. Is
I
Greenfield
agree with
Manheim
that.
and Plainfield is
Greenfield,
Odessa?
yeah.
I think
Because
that's what it is.
Plainfield is Odessa. And that's another
Mm-hmm.
pro tip. Know your zip codes and what those locations are so you can just kind of keep moving.
And that way, you know, if you're calling for a load and your driver's coming in late, those kind of places you can usually pick up till 10 o'clock. Right now, it might be different because a lot of them are closing earlier. But if you got a driver who's coming in late, that's what you want to do. You want to look for places they can pick up late. And some of the dealerships are open as late as the Manheims, but you never know until you actually get the load.
And as
This
things
isn't a
get
bad
more
load going
normal,
down.
they should go back to more normal
Yeah.
hours.
I've noticed that in certain areas, like in Atlanta, all of them are open to up to 10 again. The dealerships, not so much, but the Manheim and Odessa are 10,
Do
7 to
you
10, I believe.
if you're picking up at Mannheim or Odessa, do you still need to call ahead, make appointments, all that stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Okay.
always call and verify. Even if I have the gate pass in hand, I still verify because what we've had happen is sometimes they may have that gate pass, but they don't show up being paid. And your driver could show up there at 8 o'clock at night. There's nothing anybody can do.
That is the worst, man. When it's
Oh,
not paid or STI, that
yep.
I just start looking. Literally, I start looking for other loads before I call the broker
Mm-hmm.
back and let them know. Because you know what?
Yep.
This is if you're gonna hand me a problem child, I'm gonna work on taking care of my driver first.
Absolutely. This isn't bad either, but that's going to be probably too big. What's that? 2 F-150s and F-250.
Again, three trucks
Yeah.
at a time. Plus, here's the thing. In my mind, 62 cents a mile, that's not
No,
enough.
no, because that's all he could take. I mean, it needs to be paying more than
It
that.
needs to.
I'd do that other one before I did that one. Yeah. Let's see. A 3 going to Dallas, but I don't know what they are. They're a Certus. We'd have to go on their website and look.
By the
And
way,
usually,
yeah, oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Mixed load, yeah. Mix.
Usually, when they put mixed load, it usually means one of two things: either they're really big, or they've got multiple stops. So just always go to Metro's load board, which we can go look at it right now, and then we
That's,
can look at it.
I tell you what, it's the multiple stops that
Mm-hmm.
becomes a much bigger problem than
Yep.
truck, van,
Absolutely.
aircraft carrier.
Yep. Let's go looking.
And listen, I like a Certus, but
Yeah, I do
the
too.
transparency of the load itself gets hard on the. That's why. Well, you should be able to go to MetroLoads and find out what they are, right?
Right, that's what I'm doing right now. They're
Yeah.
going to look at it,
Which
but
you're,
I wish
which,
they would just tell you up front so you don't have to waste your time and moving on.
and so
Okay, yep,
there
that's
and
what
there
it
it
is.
is. Okay. And maybe they
It's
want you to
two.
go to the website. I'd like to know the thinking. Are they so busy they don't have time? I just would like to know.
Yeah, me too, because I'm with you. I mean, that's
But
not
it
a big load. It's two SUVs and a car, but you got two pickups and one drop is what it is.
so
I don't know
rather
what's
than
where.
mix load, I'd rather
Hmm.
know two pickups, one drop.
Hmm. Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Let's
So
see.
that's actually just friendly feedback. How about that? Friendly feedback on a Thursday
Yep.
afternoon. By the way, if you're watching us on Dispatching Live, hey, good news. We're already 15 minutes into a 1 hour show. We're going to let you go at 1 o'clock. I got a couple phone meetings I got to go to. I know you've got cars to book and clients to work with. So if you got a load or a question, please put it in the live chat. Thanks for tuning in. Sure do appreciate it.
I'm liking this one. So what I'm going to go do now is I'm going to go to Indianapolis and look and see what else is going next to Stockbridge to see what I can make work with that. Because this guy can pretty much take anything I throw at him as long as they're not huge, 5,500s, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I always try to, like, if you're looking at this load, it's going to Stockbridge. So you're going to want to put in Stockbridge so you can make sure that wherever you're going to drop this other fourth car is going to be near where you're going. Because you don't want them way up high or way down low, because getting loaded in Georgia is a pain. You're driving around in circles sometimes. So,
Oh yeah, no doubt. Atlanta is one of those cities
mhm.
where actually I know I had this is before John Bloom. It was Phil Bloom, his
Mhm.
cousin. And Phil
Oh,
literally
yeah.
was he I think he said, "Take Atlanta, put it into a four-part quadrant. Do not send me to four quadrants.
Yeah.
Pick one or two and stop." Which makes it even harder. And
Yeah.
by the way, this information is not just for dispatchers and carriers. If you're a dealer or a broker, you're getting inside information into how the carrier thinks when they're booking off load boards. Whether you want that information or not, that's what this show is all about.
There, well, here's my thing. On this,
Yes.
there's not. Well, here you go. This is what I would take. See this CarsArrive one? It's going in Lawrenceville. It's on the same side. It's 29 miles northeast of Stockbridge. It's
Right.
paying 410. I would put that with that 3-pack. So he
Exact.
would be getting paid 410. He'd be paying.
This is where those check boxes on the left side come in handy.
So you're looking at $1,460 to go. We're gonna say with drive and pickups, we're gonna say it's around 600 miles. So that's over $2 a mile for a 4 car. That's good money. And like I said, getting out of Georgia right now has been way easier than ever. So I could get him out of there on a Saturday because that's what he'll want is me loading him on a Saturday.
So are you thinking maybe you're going to go
So
that route maybe?
yeah, probably. In fact, why don't we just text this guy right now and see
There
what
you
he
go.
says?
Exactly. Just text him. I was going to share actually I saw let's see if it's still in my. Oh, it's not in my list. Let me check my YouTube inbox. If you subscribe to channels, and there are now several folks making videos, you'll get notified. Duh, Jay. That's how it works. Anyways, Hotshot Haven. He posted here. I don't know if you can read this, but you can't read that. But Hotshot Haven, he said he got 382 a mile on 989 miles. He's a hot shotter.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Right?
That's unreal.
Dang,
Yeah.
dude. See, when I hear that kind of money, I'm thinking customer.
Yeah. That's me too.
Because I don't
It's
think you
not
can
going to
get
be
that on
counted
a
on
load
here.
board. I don't think so. And that's
No.
how you
And
know
then
there's money out there.
yeah. Yeah. And you know as well as I do, if we're getting that kind of money, we're taking huge things too, because that's where your $93 a mile cars usually are. They're going to be like this right here. That the Chevy Express
Stay there.
van
Hey,
1500.
stay there for a second because I want to share Republic of Turkey shared a meme. Here it is, man. So the guy's holding, he's got the 5 Copart loads I booked for him. He's so excited. He's going to lay it down. He's going to win. My driver, newbie. That's hilarious, man. Oh, shoot. Thanks, man. Thanks for the meme, Republic of Turkey. That is hilarious. That's a good dispatcher meme. Okay.
All right. So
please take the,
awesome.
you please take over.
Okay. Let me get back on share screen. Okay. All right. So let's also go look and see if this load is available on CarsArrive. And by the way,
oh yeah,
for everybody, if you're new,
yeah,
CarsArrive, you have to have your authority for 90 days before you can sign up, and you cannot have a dispatch company. Do not sign up with your dispatch information. You have to be all owner. They're going to have to talk to the owner, or email the owner, that kind of thing. But do not let them know your dispatch company. They do not allow it.
And you know what's so strange about that is that, okay, so I started dispatching in 2012. By 2014, hey, what's up, Bill? By 2014, there seemed to be a relaxation on the CarsArrive. I, as a dispatcher, could talk to their dispatchers. By maybe 2015.
You can talk to them. Yeah, no, you can still talk to them, but you can't tell them who you are.
Well, no, like, and in fact, I even had a conversation. Yeah, there was a period, and now they're back to the old regime. Yeah.
Well, you could, like, my accounting staff can call them about accounting with no problems. They don't care about that part. But, like, if I call in because we're missing something, they don't even usually ask me who I am. But you can't call and ask for a load as you, shall we say.
Okay, but okay, so let's go into it. Why can't you be a dispatcher? Do they think you're an illegal custodian?
I don't know if it's that or if it's maybe something to do with their insurance. You think that is what it is?
Right, because the insurance company won't let the carrier. The insurance company wants the carrier to be driving and booking off of his phone, right?
Right. Right. Which makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I can argue this forever. These concepts that dispatchers are illegal, they're just not correct. They are not founded in logic, folks. Because they got burned. Yeah, but who burned him? That's the question. Who burned him? Was it a dispatcher that burned him? Because again, there's no dispatcher account. It's the carrier's account.
No. I think this is what I think happened was, yes, multiple dispatchers were probably booking multiple different loads, taking them for the wrong companies, or took them for companies they shouldn't have taken them for, something.
Well, those weren't dispatchers. Those were like scammers.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yes, we have a policy. We don't dispatch to hackers, okay?
Okay, so this guy just answered me at this company, and I gave him the load ID, and he asked me where it was to and from. So
I hate that.
Typically,
what does that mean?
What's the purpose of a
So there's your first. I'll tell you what. I need some referee flags, because that's the first flag on the play. I'm gonna do that.
He is a broker.
I'm gonna get some referee flags.
They have 100%. And so we're doing good, and it looks like he'll pay via Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, or check. So my driver has Cash App, so that's not going to be an issue.
And I'll tell you what, that makes me pick the flag back up off the field. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. But if there's another one of those, like if you say, "Is it a run and drive?" and he says, "You know what? For sure," you know, or something bombastic, then that's another flag on the play.
I'm waiting for him to answer me, because I'm going to say, "Is this at Odessa?" And we'll see what he says. But
it's like
taking 5 to 10 minutes in between. We'll be done with the show by the time I finally get this load.
I know, right? What do you call those Indian musicals? Bollywood. Like when you ask about the car and it's Bollywood, like yada da 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 da. Okay, no, I don't want it anymore. That's ridiculous.
Okay, so the rules on CarsArrive is I can accept this to kind of hold it. We'll get to keep it for 10 minutes while he's messing around. It is picking up at Odessa, so if these other 3 are picking up at Odessa, that's 1 pick and only 2 drops in Georgia, so that's even better. I'm going to hang on to this because if you see it right there, it says you have 10 minutes to make your decision. So if you're not sure about something, definitely go on CarsArrive, grab it like that. Don't accept it all the way through until you know what you're doing.
Right.
Let's see.
Hey, Brian, thanks
This
for tuning in. Thank you. Well, and that's the thing is too. This is where you know what the problem is. It always takes one bad apple because you used to. Oh, I just said it. Bill bad apples. If you on one dispatch, you used to be able to book out a couple days, and they took that away because
you mean
people
on
were.
Rat?
Yeah, you used to, dude. When I was
You can
dispatching, man,
book
those were the
out.
good old days. When I was dispatching,
Yeah,
you could book a
still.
load out like 2 to 3 days. You
Yeah, you
can't.
still can.
No, you can't.
You
No.
just go in here like, let's do this.
Wait, you
Let's
talk
go
about Holly?
known
I'm talking about Ready.
I am this. I'm in ready right
Oh,
now.
okay.
So this load you can book out. If I took it, I can book it out 2 or 3 days in advance.
For
But it
pickup?
will sometimes tell you, yeah. But the thing
What?
about it is, some of these will tell you exactly when it has to be picked up. So then you got to read that too. It says, look, this says must pick up by 6/4, must drop off by 6/5.
Yeah,
Well,
but
that's today.
but those
That's not
messages don't get updated. Again, I'm talking from a few years ago when I was dispatching. But those there would be old messages all the time. It might say like must pick up by May
right.
28, and you're like it's June
Right.
4th.
Yeah, they still do that, but then you
Okay.
can still take them even a couple days
Well,
out.
I know,
Let me
but
go to this.
again, that kind of language makes me no. You're just saying things.
Oh, yeah, I
Because if it's
agree.
still
Let's
available
sit
and it
in.
says must pick up by May 28, well, what happened?
Yeah.
What's the client doing? Are they like doing curly circles in the parking lot waiting for the carrier? What's it gonna
Let's
be
see.
like when we
Here's
get there?
some. They got some Orlando to
Curly
Metairie,
circles.
so let's
Whoop,
look
whoop,
at
whoop,
that
whoop,
one.
whoop, whoop. This is dispatching live, and this is a different kind of show
Same thing.
because dispatching is just it's a crazy job. That's why I can't believe it's illegal.
Okay, got them taken care of. Okay, so he just told me he's already loaded these. Okay, thank you for wasting my time. You could have told me that 15 minutes ago, but all right. All right, so
The
we're starting
broker?
from scratch again then.
The broker?
Yep,
Oh, the
yep,
broker already dispatched it.
yeah. Even though they're still on here, and it took how many times have I asked him about it now? It's taken almost 10, 15 minutes for him
So
to
I'll
come.
tell you
So.
what, maybe when he asked you a confirmation on the load ID and where it was picking up, maybe he was doing you a favor by making sure, wait a minute, I think we dispatched that. So I'm going to go
That
ahead
could
I'm going to
be.
go ahead and say because I know, right, it's crazy. It's crazy for brokers, it's crazy for dispatchers. Michael's talking about they're getting their nails done. I always like to go with hair appointment.
Yeah. Indianapolis. So let's go
So that's a
back.
bummer.
We're gonna go instead because there was nothing else on there for two pack. So let's go to Indianapolis and let's put in a minimum
And
pay of
again,
let's say
if you're
65
the
cents a
driver,
mile.
if you're the driver, you see the 3-pack, you're like, yeah, and you're counting your money and you're
Yeah.
calling your wife, and you're like, yeah, we're gonna get rich this weekend, and then you get to the pickup location, you don't have the dispatch. Well, too bad we made all the dispatchers illegal. Oh well.
Yeah. Like that's really good.
Yeah, that's
That's
definitely helping.
Duluth to the west of Alabama or Birmingham. So let's see. Let's switch this around and add another one. Let's see if anything else is going to Alabama because that's really nice. I think Tuscaloosa is about what 40 miles away from Birmingham, something like that.
By the
Need to
way,
make it work for that kind
if
of
this
money.
show irritates you, I want to know. Because I have known from the very beginning of dispatching that this is an irritating process, but it's
It
necessary.
is.
It's necessary
It's
for
a
the carrier to get loaded, get the cars, get the
yeah.
information.
Yeah.
Yes, Michael, that's true. What's great news, Michael, is there's so much going on in the broker space, and the word dispatcher keeps not getting mentioned. I can't find the word dispatcher in the recent TIA OIDA articles. There's the dispatcher doesn't even show up. Yeah, I think the argument will die, and I wanna help it die. I wanna be the
Oh.
okay. I want to be the
Huh.
Dr.
Well,
Kevorkian of the dispatchers are illegal argument. How about that? Rates have been great for me the past couple weeks, says Brian. That's awesome. And
Okay.
Brian would love to know where you get most of your loads and what area. I mean, we don't want your secrets, just, in general.
Okay.
All right, what are you seeing?
Honestly, most of the loads come off of Central, but you also have other boards to work with, like ACV. I like them. They've had a lot of loads on the board for the last few weeks.
Awesome.
Also, if you're a member of Super Dispatch, they also have a load board as well. Let's go to that.
Yes. So you got to know all the load boards.
You can have CarsArrive. You can have One Dispatch, which is Ready Auto Transport. You have the Holly board. You have the Carvana board.
Wow.
You've got to be signed up with all these brokers to be able to do this, just so everybody knows. And also, most of these people put them on Central, except for ACV doesn't do it unless they're desperate. You got to watch their board. Otherwise, they're gone.
Okay.
Let's see.
Right, because they pay pretty good. Loads that move fast are usually better loads.
Do what?
Loads that move fast are usually better loads. Am I right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so here's the Super Dispatch load board. It's really easy to work. If you're, in a certain area, you just put in, and you can also change it for how many miles away from wherever you're at. So let's just put in Indianapolis and see what's on here.
Lincoln MKT, is that a sedan or an SUV? Lincoln MKT. That must be newer.
That one
I'm gonna Google it while you're doing that. Lincoln MKT. No, it's SUV.
I know the
crossover.
Is it? Okay.
So you know what? It's not the big SUV. It's more like a sedan SUV. It's crossover.
Yeah. So if you look at this, I just put in Indianapolis, and there's how many loads on here? Quite a few. 8 loads, and you can also expand this.
Yeah, they definitely have more brokers than they used to, huh?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to start listing on there today, too. I'm talking to Brittany to start listing my loads on here.
Oh, so cool.
I'll be putting them on there as well.
Cool.
There's something really interesting there. But I found, if you look at this,
can you put Haven, really Kansas with Wichita, Kansas?
Yeah. I'm going to look. Because there's also a 2-pack going on there too.
Nice. So. And you know what? I like Wichita because it's a good place to, pick up. I mean, everything's hit or miss, but I like Wichita. I put that in, like a Birmingham. It's not 100%, but sometimes can be great.
Well, so most of the stuff that runs out of Wichita is going to run into Dallas or Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes Illinois.
Haven goes with Wichita. It's 37 miles from Haven to Wichita.
Yeah, it would work.
That's awesome.
It's just off the beaten path, so we could swing through there. My problem is, if he's going to be there on a Saturday, it's really hard to get out of Wichita on a Saturday because it's a Copart and IA city. I mean, just straight up. So before I do this, what I'm going to do is look and see what's out of Wichita. And because I know most of the Copart and IA's zip codes, I can usually tell
that is the truth. You've got to think about what day you're reloading. God, that's so big.
Because if you take a driver there someplace that they can't load, because don't get me wrong, he's going to run out of hours, but he likes to get picked up and move down the road so he can be wherever he needs to be on Monday. So if I get him stuck on Wichita, that means he can't pick up till Monday. He loses a whole day of income, and that's why you got to kind of look at it too.
Right, you're better off going somewhere else.
I mean, if you're wanting to go to Detroit, that's a good. I know 52 cents a mile doesn't sound like it's good, but when you come out of Detroit for almost $1 a mile, it's worth doing.
Amen.
Let's see. I took a 4-pack last week out of Detroit, and it paid $2,200 to go to Charlotte, which was only like 550 miles, something like that.
Awesome. Oh, yeah. Man. There's a lot of dealerships in McPherson, Kansas.
There is. Let's see. There's a Vicksburg. This would be tough, I can tell you right now.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
I could get them like these, if these where I could take them, get them into Dallas. But I know this guy that's a Copart or IA. This one, I'd be fine with. That's the dealer. Let's see. Yellowfin is probably going to be a Copart. I mean, these are good paying loads. Look at these. They're $84, $94 one a mile. So probably I would work backwards. I would call all of these first.
Double
See if I could
double
pick them
posted.
up on a Saturday.
Look at that.
Huh?
That 2001 Honda Accord is double posted.
Well, that's good. These two companies do the same thing every single time.
They're probably brothers or something.
Yeah, let me find out. Because, like, you remember
That's the same
Roadrunner?
car.
Let's see, they're out of Wilmington, Delaware. And the other one is out of Las Vegas. Yeah, they're the same. Anyways, so they're probably both Copart. I know this is a Copart right there. But do you remember Roadrunner out of New York?
Yes.
Remember them?
Roadrunner, not Roadrunner Towing. That's out of Georgia.
No, Roadrunner, they're out of New York. Well, they do the same thing. They've got another company called AM3. So they'll list them both on the board, one out of one place, one out of another, because it's really out of the other place. It's not really out of the place you think it is. And then you can negotiate, for some reason, you can negotiate with AM3, but you cannot negotiate with Roadrunner. Bizarre. I don't know why.
So there's a story. There's a restaurant. There's a pasta place in London. And I guess the brother got so irritated with the other brother, he opened up an identical pasta place across the sidewalk, and just changed the name by a few letters. Like, it's a cartoon, man.
Let's see. Well, hell, I'm not really sure about this one. I probably would not do this just because there's nothing on here right now that I could work with. And my driver doesn't do $200 cars at all, so unless there was a 4-pack out of here, I'm not going to be getting them out of here anytime soon, it doesn't look like.
Right. What was the origin? In Indianapolis?
Out of Indianapolis?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, here, speak of the devil, right there. Look
AM3.
AM3.
That is awesome.
That's
Man,
funny.
I mean, when you know what you're looking at, it's so much easier.
Yeah, it's true.
And
look, it's triple brokered.
and
Look, it's I don't know who that is.
two guys are saying Tulsa, one guy is saying Oklahoma City. Yep. So it's probably really
it's
going
probably
to Tulsa.
Yeah.
That is
And I don't even know
awesome,
why
man.
you would do that. They're not that far apart. They're only 90 miles apart, so it's not that big of a deal.
Okay, whoa. AM3 Roadrunner have the same reference ID.
That's what I said. That's the same company. That's what I was talking about.
That is so silly.
This one now, this is a totally different company, completely.
This is why carriers don't like brokers.
Yeah, exactly. It's for
And
this kind of stupid
It
shit.
is. And look at the payment terms. There's no payment terms. It's totally double listed. This is
Well, and I'll tell you guys a trick too about Roadrunner. They
Oh my God.
usually they list all the stuff as COD, but however, it's always a 10-day pay. As soon as you call to get the load, they always say, "Do you care if it's a billing?" Might as well just say yes. It's a 10-day, and they will not pay you if you do not mark it delivered on Central. It doesn't matter if you send in your bill of lading or not; they will not pay you.
it's quadruple listed. Look at that.
Is there another one on there?
Yes.
Oh yeah, there it is. They want
Wow.
this thing moved.
Can we get quintuple listed?
Yeah. And so someone that didn't know this would think there was 4 of them there too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If you're that driver and you think all dispatchers are illegal and you're bumping down the road and you just got stopped by the DOT and you know your kids need braces and you don't have time, you think you just got 4 vans.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's
Not
awesome.
that you could fit off 4 vans on a normal
Hard
trailer,
pass.
but still either way.
Oh, man.
Has some stuff from Memphis and Nashville.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think in the audience? You guys think is this information helping? Do you concur? Are you irritated?
I think Wichita's off the platter unless I can find something later on.
I think so too. I think Wichita is a no-go.
Yeah, I don't like to get him stuck. I like them to be able to get around and move. Because honestly, you got to look at it this way as a dispatcher. The more money they make, the more money you make. So the more you move them, the more you're making. So
Yeah.
Let's see here. And sometimes, even if they're paying that bill, it's not worth the money.
Michael says, I'm irritated, but not at the show.
He's been having a rough time.
That's because he's a
He's got a driver
dispatcher.
that does not. I know.
I mean, literally, do you like being irritated? You should be a dispatcher.
Yes, ain't that the truth? Let's see. And if you want to go to Florida, you're probably this is if you're going to go to Florida, this is the time to do it because you can get out
Really?
with
You
good
can
paying
get out of
loads.
Florida? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're having a late
Newsflash.
snowbird season because of the COVID. That's why. So there is a lot of loads on there, and they're paying well because and I've got loads on there that I was paying well. It took me forever to get moved, and I was paying $1 a mile to get them out of there.
Oh, okay, because things were locked down and now the dam has burst.
Yeah, now all the old people are ready to move back to New York and New Jersey. So that's
Really?
where they're going. Yeah.
Well,
I've moved several of my snowbirds already. This just the last 2 weeks. Yeah. Let's see.
well, thank goodness. It is nice to be it. We made it to June 2020. We didn't all just fold up and you know
Yeah.
go into comas or
Yes.
whatever. And so June 2020 looks way better than April did.
There's some stuff on here going to Little Rock, but Little Rock is another area on Saturdays. It's kind of a Copart and IAA place too, so I don't recommend it. Same thing with Fayetteville.
Seems like
Um,
Backlot
they
Cars
hardly
has a lot more cars than they used to. Also,
they've been getting bigger and bigger. I mean, there was a slow period because of COVID, but they have a lot on here.
now does
And I think maybe
Backlot
when
does
this
back is
a few years,
Backlot's like ACV but a different. Like they don't have a live digital auction, do they?
I the way I'm taking it is it's something like that, but I don't think like ACV goes in and inspects the cars, does all that stuff. I'm not sure if they do that, but they sell a lot because we're constantly moving backlot cars and they pay well. They usually pay over 50 cents a mile almost every single time. And if you're signed up with them for ACH, they pay once a week. So it could be 7 days, but it's usually less than that. And they put it directly in your account. I've never
That's
had a
oh
problem with them. I
nice.
like them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. So do they have an app? Do they have a load board?
No,
No.
they use Super Dispatch is what they do.
Ah, right,
So
right, 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 right.
if you have a load you want for them, like let's go look, and then I'll show you how you do it. Hello. I'm gonna
Right. It's
delete this.
on Super Dispatch. Do they even post to Central or no? Probably not, right?
Oh yeah, they do. It's
Oh,
right
they
there.
do
They do
both.
both.
Okay, they do both. Yeah,
But what
right.
I have noticed is if you go check the load boards for the area you're in, sometimes they're not on the board just yet, so you always check. But
Yeah.
let's just put in Muncie.
Do
I think that
you
was a
check
100 mile
soup?
radius.
Do you check Super to make sure it's still available?
I will just go to Super and grab it. They don't want you calling them, so you just take the load off of the board.
Okay.
If you don't have Super Dispatch, you can get the load from them. They will send it through Super Dispatch, and you get a temporary username and ID or something like that to use it for that time, and then it's done. So let's just go into Arkansas, and I'll show you guys how you do it. Oh, it's already gone. Oh wait, it's a 50-mile radius. Hold on, let's try this again. All right, there it is. So if you wanted this, you can just press book now, and it literally books you right then. You've got the load, automatically goes onto your load board for you to take it and get it verified and all that good stuff. There are other ones on here where you can bid on them, but if they say book now, you're booking it right then. Okay.
And then when you book it, then they send it over through your mobile app and your dashboard.
It just automatically goes on to Super Dispatch, and it is assigned to the driver right then and there. So then to get the load, what you have to do is you go in and there'll be a load ID. So you can print it. Um, Whereas normally, like for example, see this load ID, you would click that for them, and then you just print the load to get it verified and everything else, and then you go back in and edit it. But I just literally did one for them and dropped it off this morning.
Well, it's interesting how, I mean, it seems like several auto transport software systems are so
Yeah.
similar.
Yes. Yeah, because Dispatch Center is exactly the same way where
Yeah.
you're clicking on it, you're taking the load, but and you can bid on stuff, but I don't know about like I said, that was booked now. Usually I've been able to bid on it if I want a little bit more money, but the other day I pushed the button and it didn't offer me anything. It just said, okay, you got this load. You're done. So
Oh,
I
man.
don't know if there's a yeah.
Well,
I
that's
mean, it
one
was
of the
paying
down.
well, so I'm not worried about
That's one of the
it.
things I like about the fishing pond on Dispatch Center is the
Yeah,
negotiation,
yeah,
and I think that is wi- without being able to negotiate, I think the
yeah.
technology doesn't actually help you. I mean, it does in other ways, but there really needs to be the ability to negotiate. Like like a slider bar. I mean, it's
Yeah.
possible to make the technology do it. It's also possible not to offer that option.
Well, and I know there's other ones on here, so let me just go in here and kind of show you.
And that's what's
Don't you
great. Since
talk
I don't actually work in auto transport, I can say these things.
Okay, so you
Somebody
see
needs
this
to.
where it says like request, and these are different.
I like,
Request, book now.
and I like that. I mean, I prefer the ability to negotiate. This is auto
And see, and this
transport.
is what you can put in your price
Yeah,
right here,
I
and
think
then you
that's a
can
better way to
request it.
go.
And then, yeah, and then they're supposed to let you know within a reasonable amount of time, whether you got it, whether you didn't get it, what. And I've gotten them where they said, okay, I won't do this price, but I'll do this price. And I'll go, okay. And then you just grab it and same thing, you're moving on. So, and honestly, having a load board like that is so much easier than calling these people because half the time they don't even answer.
Oh my
You know what I mean?
gosh,
Or you got
no
to text
doubt.
them 50 times to
Phone calls
answer.
should be saved for once you have the dispatch.
Yes, I agree. Now, honestly,
Yeah,
this wouldn't be a bad deal if I'm going to still go to Georgia because it looks like they're picking up from the same place, dropping the same place, and they're only 1,500 cargo vans. They're not big ones.
right, and that's right. And this is an example where it's not double listed. Those are two separate loads. Look at the load
Yeah,
ID, look at the year, make, model. You can
yeah,
tell and so this is actually this could be good if you can fit it.
yeah.
If you had like
And honestly, I would,
a flatbed,
you, yeah, and you could do Truckify for this, but I would probably call and ask them for dimensions because this is never usually accurate. Everybody, you need to call and ask, is this a tall van? Is this a 2,500? Because this is saying this is a 1,500 express van, but it's not telling you how tall it is. And there's high tops that are 9 foot tall. If you're a wedge, you can only take one of those on the very back end. And on this guy, I could take them, but there's a certain length I can't do either to
do
fit
you,
four. And if I'm going to do that, I'm going to take four.
so what's your guess? Do you think the broker has that information?
Usually a new does. They usually can tell me if it's a
Okay.
15, 2,500 or 3,500.
Do you think that's a
And
dealership? What kind of pickup location is that?
I'm not sure. That looks like that might be a dealership in Muncie.
Maybe dealer to dealer, right? Norcross? I don't think Norcross is
Yeah,
a auction.
it's not an auction. No, I would say that's a dealer. Can you call Janice now? She's calling me back. All
So
right.
when you
Let's see
and
what
so
else.
when you do that kind of profiling, you think, well, maybe if the dealership needs to get both of them moved. In fact, if you try to pick up one without the other, the dealership might say nope, they have to go together.
No, not with this one. If they were going to want them together, they usually
Oh, they
list them together.
put them multi. Yeah.
Anu is listing them separately, so I think we're okay with that. But then,
Michael Culler says he passed on a 1978 Trailblazer yesterday because they didn't mention the 6-inch lift and the 35-inch tires. Oh man, I've been there. Boy, that you get it. That driver cusses up a storm when that happens. If he shows up and finds that out, which is I've done that. What's an
yeah.
HV607?
What
Was that like
is
a
that?
generator?
I think this is an international like tractor trailer. What I think it is. But let's see.
A tractor, right? Like a farm equipment.
I think it's a tractor trailer, like a big rig.
Like a cab?
Yeah. Oh, that's
Semi?
like a dump. Yeah,
Oh,
look.
it's a dump truck. Oh,
Yeah, that's
sweet.
yeah,
And it's only 50 cents a mile.
yeah. Um, yeah.
What is it
No, it's a
paying?
dollar 19. It's a
$1.19.
dollar 19,
Still, that's
but
not
look,
enough to to to
no, it must be big because
to
it says
to
can
turn
be
your
zero.
wedge into a recyclable material. It's not enough.
No, I agree. I want the chicken bacon ranch.
Okay, guys, 10 minutes left, which pretty much reflects the. I think the audience, the energy of the audience is. People are running out of steam. This is a long show, but it is great to do an hour. I do like doing this. So keep on going. We haven't had any requests. Sometimes we've had route requests, but today
Yeah,
we're just.
usually doing.
We're just.
Last week we did good. We got loads for people and everything else.
Well,
So.
you know what? You know what? I'm going to take a guess because volumes are up and rates are up. There's less
Yep.
consternation.
Less people sitting. Watching
Yeah,
TV.
people are actually working.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, I'm glad. I'm
Oh,
glad that
thank
things
God.
have kind of changed.
Me too.
Yeah,
And the roads.
Honestly, I was worried.
I was too.
very.
There's more people on the road. There's people in
Mhm.
parking lots.
Yep. There's some. If anybody's going to St. Louis, there's a bunch going out of St. Louis, but St. Louis is kind of a. St. Louis and Kansas City have been rough. I've noticed they haven't picked up like the other cities have for getting loads out of, and I don't know why, other than the fact that maybe the manufacturers are still closed up in Kansas City because they were still closed down.
Well, and
I don't know,
there's
Ty would know that.
yes. Well, and I tell you what, as far as like supply chain goes,
Yeah.
some like OEMs and larger fleets will say, "Well, we've been running. We just have
Yeah.
some places shut down, and we have other logistical problems." But there is going to be a gap in some of the
Yeah.
like. I think new cars are going to run into a supply gap, whereas like rental cars and used cars,
Yeah.
it's just the market's going to be flooded. And they're also saying on the new car side that these great zero financing deals are great now, but when the defaults start coming in 120 days, repo's going to pick
Yeah.
back up. Repo will pick back up.
Look at that. You see these? I'm thinking Baton Rouge may be the
Oh, and
place to
how
go.
would you go to Louisiana right now? Is
I
it
was
okay?
just there, man, and I got paid outrageous money to get out of there.
Awesome.
I
That'll
got
pay for the
1,900.
PPE.
Yeah, and all I went was from Metairie to Fayetteville and Tulsa, and I got paid $1,900 for 4 vehicles.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was quite impressed because don't get me wrong, AMZ, AM3, and this one are the exact same car. That's
Right.
3 right there. Sure.
Man, gosh, that is
I
just
could work
crazy.
with that.
But I like that. Russ Downing, they're a good dealer. Would work for them.
Rouse Stunning is awesome. We deal with Amber quite a bit.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of work for her. I'm just curious as to if there's more going down there. But there is a
Maybe.
lot of loads out of Louisiana right now because nobody's been going down there because of the virus. So
I know.
I had my pick. Let's just put it that way.
I'm gonna check the coronavirus tracker because, which is funny too.
Oh,
I
is
haven't,
it?
man. I don't. I used to look at that every day. I don't. I wonder, right? I would love to know the Google stats on that. I think less people are checking
true.
it every day.
Well, I've kind of stopped doing it too. I'm with you.
Right.
I will say that everybody we talked to, they had to come meet us down in Louisiana, but nobody had a problem doing it. Like we were going to dealerships and they had to drive to come meet us to pick up the car. Let's do it.
So Louisiana is downward trend, but as far as that area goes, yeah, it's probably the biggest hot spot in the South.
Yeah.
I know it's not the South, Midwest, the Southern Midwest. I don't know what you say.
Let's see. Baton Rouge. I don't want that. Right Way, Roadrunner, same car. But I don't want that.
So
And
we got
this is
five.
this Winnemac we were talking about.
Yeah,
They only
Winnemac.
are,
Yeah, that's where they do all the minivan conversions for handicap.
yeah, yeah, that's what those all are. And they're only open till 3. So unless you're
Oh,
tight,
I
if
hate
you
that.
don't, yeah. See, I'm only seeing 3 on here, 2 trucks and 1 car right now. But I have a feeling that there'll be more loads coming up because they're still posting them, as you can see.
And that's
So
another
I might
good
be,
sign. Loads are still being put on the conveyor belt.
yeah,
Yeah.
this could be doable. And keep in mind, this is 800 and we'll say 850 miles. So honestly, I don't know if he'd pick up on Saturday. So I could get him down there. He could enjoy himself while he's down there because they're still doing stuff down there. John loves going to
Oh my
Baton
God.
Rouge. So
He loves to go. What's that pastry he likes? There's a
what is it?
I don't know.
What's the big street down there?
There's a no a pastry. There's a pastry he likes to go and eat.
Oh, a pastry, a pastry.
And
Yeah, the beignets.
the beignets.
Yes.
He blogs about
Which
beignets.
I had my first beignet when I was in Colorado, so I understand they're really good.
It sounds awesome. It's like after you have Mexican food, they have sopapillas.
Yeah,
You put
yeah,
honey in them.
yeah. Let's see.
Some right now somebody's like, "What are they talking about?" So
Food.
listen, this is dispatching live, and we're gonna sign off here in a few minutes. We do appreciate you for joining us, tuning in. If you have a question, you can send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. I'm gonna put the Murphy Auto Transport Services link in here. I'm on the phone with Sue. Sue is a professional dispatcher. She has a broker's license, lots of experience, very helpful. As you can see, I mean, this show, we're just giving out dispatching advice, and we go live every Thursday at noon. So if you just tuned in or you just saw part of it, comment in the live chat, put a comment down below the video, and be sure to join us again every Thursday at noon. And we really
All
appreciate it
right.
because you're watching Auto Transport Intel.
So
What are you
it's going
seeing?
to Lake City, Michigan. Oh, geez. Hey, ooh.
Oh
I don't
man,
know if we get it.
I
How
like
far
how
is that
somebody
from?
said think of Michigan like a catcher's mitt,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Hmm.
anywhere in the fingers, I don't book it.
But see,
I want
you
to be
see
in the
this
mitt.
though? They've got 4 of these picking up the same place, going to the same place. I guarantee you I can get them out of there because the loads are there. Let's go look.
Well, and if you're this is where like if you're from Michigan or from Long Island, I mean you can own that area.
Oh, yeah. Especially up north because nobody wants to go that far up
Right.
north. Let's just get in and see what's on it. Like, and I just always recommend when you guys are looking for places to send somebody, always look on your back haul, shall we say, so that
Yes.
you can see if you can get this guy out. Unless you're used to doing this and you know certain areas are good and stuff like that, then you're fine. But there's certain areas like this I don't know anything about. I'm gonna go look. It says there's 150 cars on here. Wow.
Okay, Sue,
Let's see
it's
what.
that time. I'm going to let you
Oh,
go. You've been really
okay.
helpful and gracious.
No
And
problem.
I love, by the way, I love the t-shirt. Here, I'm going to show it again. If you didn't know, Sue is also a creative person. She made this t-shirt. That's me wearing the shirt. If you like the shirt, you want to know more about how to get your own, contact Sue. Again, the link to Murphy Auto Transport Services is in the live chat. Find out how you can get your own Dispatcher's Coffee is Always Cold t-shirt. Thanks for everything you do, Sue.
No problem.
I will see you. Well, of course, I'll see you
Next
next
week.
Thursday at noon. And otherwise, I'll see you in the live chat. And thanks so much for being a part of the show.
All right. We will talk to you later.
All right. Peace out.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Sue. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Ending the meeting for all. There we go. Let's go back to. Oh, man, that t-shirt's awesome. Listen, guys, thank you so much for joining us today once again for... Oh, here, let's move that. Can't stand those graphics in the background. Listen, thank you guys for joining us again for Dispatching Live on Auto Transport Intel, live every Thursday at noon for 1 hour. It's a 1 hour show. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Let us know how we can help. If you've got dispatching information you need, a request, or otherwise, send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. I am Jay, creator, host, and founder of Auto Transport Intel, and we want to help you stay loaded. So we'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe.